Hello YouTube. In this video I'm gonna share my thoughts on Mugen Seiki MBX9 Eco and what features personally I expect that they will be released during the next year, because I just googled that Mugen Seiki MBX8 Eco Budgie was released on 2018 and MBX8R Eco, which I'm using right now, was released on 2022. So difference between each release in the budget is about 4 years, and I expect that 2026 year will bring us a new chassis from the Mugen Seiki. So let's start from the disadvantages first, and discuss all of them, and finally I will provide also my ideas and wishes that I'm personally expecting from the new chassis. All right, let's start from the quick update. From the first ever problem about these aluminum shock standoffs. And did you see that? Let me show you. Yep. I wear these standoffs just for one season. This is about 4 or 5, I don't remember, races. And they actually start wearing, and that's awful, because I have owned Lossy as my previous chassis, and I never faced this problem. I believe the Mugen can fix this problem and create standoffs from the stainless steel, and we are all forget about this problem forever. And we will change only these plastic inserts for the shocks. So the second problem, I wanna say, this is a general Mugen problem, that Mugen really has the very worst metal. And to illustrate that, let me show you outdrive metal quality from the central differential. So actually I build the conversion, but I'm using the standard differential. Yeah, so this is MBX8R Eco outdrives, and I'm using my 2.5 millimeter hex wrench and trying to scratch this metal. And I know that this metal my metal on the wrench is very hard, by Rockwell, and outdrive also should be very hard. An ideal situation when I'm trying to scratch and I cannot do this. So did you see? I don't have any scratches on the surface, and I will try. Oh, yeah. And I'm able to do that. And when I touch it with my nail, I actually feel that there is a scratch. So it's possible to do. Yeah, it means that outdrive metal is softer than the metal for the hex wrench, and that's the worst. And I did the same operation with with all outdrives. I also did the same operation with the differential gear, spur and bevel gear, and also drive shafts of front and rear. And it happens for any of the metal I was trying to do that. But what's the problem? The problem is that this metal is not enough hard, and it wears quite fast. Because, for example, I can compare only with the Lossy chassis. I was owned Lossy 8 3.0 Electro a couple years ago, and I was not able to do that with the outdrives, with the dog bones, with the drive shafts, with the spur and bevel gears inside of the gearbox. And more on that, I can illustrate you that Mugen can do this because right now I took the differential from the MBX9 TR Eco, and it also has a it should has the same material, but it's not. This material is way harder than from the MBX8R Eco. Let me illustrate you this with the same experiment. So I take in the same range and I'm trying to scratch it, and I cannot do this. So you see here maybe some of the marks, but when I try to touch it with my nail, I don't feel any scratches here. It means that MBX7 TR Eco or overall MBX7 outdrives is way harder than the MBX8 outdrives. And yeah, Mugen can do this, but I don't know what happened with the when they released the MBX8 version. So yeah, I think this is the second biggest problem for the Mugen Seiki, and I'm waiting that they will finish it. They will fix that for the MBX9 chassis platform. The next thing that personally I'm expecting with the new chassis is ABCD blocks, because this is a real problem. Look, A, B, and C block, they are 5mm thickness, and only D block has 7mm thickness, and this D block is most durable from all of these four ones. And again, I can compare with another chassis, and first of all, I compare with the Losi, which is older car, but I just noticed that Losi is way durable because all the blocks A, B, C, and D for the Losi, they were 7mm thickness, and for the Losi, I bent these shafts, I broke the arms, but I never bent the A, B, C, or D blocks because they are very durable. And I never noticed that for the another cars. But I saw many times when the Mugen drivers or another drivers with the ABCD blocks has a 5mm, they just bend it, because I think that if you have a collision with another car or with a wall, first everything that you need to break is your A-arms, because A-arms, they're plastic, they're cheap, and you can, just buy them in any type of the store or buy from someone on the track. But no one has spare A, B, C, or D blocks in the to sell for you, and it's harder to find it. So the third problem, ABCD blocks, they have ABC blocks, they have 5mm thickness, and I believe that Mugen can fix it and replace with 7mm thickness right out of the box. And I think the last problem, last but not least, that everyone Mugen driver faces with is the pins for the front dog bones. As I have my dog bones in the hands, let me illustrate you. For example, this differential from the MBX7 TR I showed you a couple minutes ago, but let's imagine that this is outdrive from the front gearbox, and we are seeing on that from the side. So central differential is a little bit higher than the front differential and the rear differential, and it means that by default it's a little bit inclined, so let's say like that. But because of the front end of the chassis is also inclined, I mean in this way, because this is a flat, here is the bend, and this side is inclined. And again, yeah, we have inclined, because of the central differential is a little bit higher, we have inclined, and let's imagine this is our drive from the front differential, from the front gearbox, and also inclined in the back, in the down, yeah? And when we connect the dog bone and out drive, it has a big angle here, and I'm pretty much sure that every Mugen driver, we are follow this pin, because this pin should be replaced, quite often. For me personally, when I'm driving and I'm on the race day, I can replace it almost every race day. So during the whole event, I replace it after Friday, after Saturday, and after when I rebuild car after racing and prepare to another event the third time. So I need to replace this pin 3 times. And to fix that, Mugen can they can just change the angle of this out drive, because right now it's completely flat, it's horizontal and parallel to the chassis. But if they will raise this angle up just a little bit, I don't know how much, but let's say 5 degrees, 7 degrees, maybe 10 degrees to the top, they will fix and they will reduce this angle, and exactly they will reduce this friction between front central dog bone and between the front out drive from the front gearbox. Yeah, so I believe this is all problems and from the Mugen seiki, which I noticed owning about 1 season, okay, 1.5 season, just a little bit more. Yeah, but if you have anything to add to this list, just drop your comment in the comment section below. And now let's go to the features, what I'm personally expecting from the MBX9 Eco Budgie that I hope will be released in the next year. So, the trend of 2025 year is a saddle pack configuration. And as you can see, I built my own configuration with my hands manually, and I didn't choose the very traditional layout, like very saddle packs here, motor here, servo, ESC, and receiver box here. Yeah, I choose this style, which is owned only and used only by Kyosho, where the saddle packs to the sides, because it has a very big advantage. Originally, I had a goal to create car for the high grip conditions, and to do that, I needed to use 2S batteries for the low center of gravity. And also, I need to make car as soon as possible maneuverable, and it possible only when I move more weight in the front. So, if I install here the sticks, I install the shocks, I install the wheels, and I will measure the weight distribution. The 51% will be in the front, 49 in the rear. And I believe if I install the shories in the front position, it will be 52 in the front, 48 in the rear. And I wish that Mugen will create the same layout for the MBX9 chassis as well. But again, if they will create just a standard layout like Associated, S-Works or X-Ray Doing, it also a very good one, it also works perfect. And basically the first ever e-budgie championship that finished on 2025 year was the Marcus Carab won with the associated car, which is great. So the second Second feature, what I'm expecting from the MBX9 Eco Budgie or Traji. I noticed this feature from the X-ray, and also I noticed that Mugen Seiki 10 scale two-wheel drive budgie also has this feature when you can move the differentials up and down. But originally the X-ray cars, they created this feature and it works. And you can use these differentials about 2 or 3 millimeters up and down. And I think this is a good one for the high grip conditions. And also it will help to fix the problem when you need to often change the front central dog bone pins because of, I explained just a couple minutes ago. Because of this angle, this huge angle, and this pin is wear very, very fast. So you need to change it for once after each race day. And what else? And probably last but not least, that I'm waiting from the MBX9 Eco chassis about shocks, because all the Mugen shocks, they have 3.5 millimeters shock shafts, and these shock shafts are not very, they didn't have such a coating that creates additional, how to say, that reduce friction between O-rings and the metal and the shock shaft its own. So I believe that they can create the 4 millimeter shock shaft for the more durability, and also coat it with the special material that make it harder and reduce additional friction between O-rings and the shock shafts. And probably that's it. This is my expectations from the Mugen Seiki MBX9 Eco. So I believe it will be released next year, just closer to the season. And we'll see what will happen. And probably I will switch from the MBX8R Eco to the new version, the MBX9. That's all, guys. Thank you for your attention and take care. Bye-bye.